Oh hey, hi, how are you doing? Marcus, I am Markus Pattern. I draw comics and such. This is my weekly ramble chat in which I tell you about my plans for the week and whether I hit them or not, and who knows. So, yes, if you're new here, I'm Markus Pattern. I draw comics, I draw pin-ups, I draw covers and stuff. I live stream pretty much every day, upload speed paints when I remember to, and generally work on my plan to becoming a proper paid up artist, comic book artist in general. That would be swell. Um, so get that out of the way. If you like what you see here, please click like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. If you want to help keep the lights on around here, I've got a Patreon down below, and I've also got a Ko-fi below. My comics, 13 Shots of Whiskey, 2 standalone one-shots, are available on my Etsy along with the first ash can of Here Comes Dragon Punch. If you don't want to pay for my Here Comes Dragon Punch, you can read it on my webtoons as well. If you like what you see and you want me to draw you something, my commissions are open. Just send me an email or a DM with what you want doing, and if you have a budget, send me the budget as well, and we can come to a conclusion on that. So yeah, I'm on Kara, I'm on Tumblr, I'm not on Twitter or Instagram, and I'm on Reddit quite a bit. So yeah, that's me. That's Markus Pattern. Right, so last week I attempted to finish the Here Comes a Dragon Punch tankobon and complete the Red Sonja cover. A lofty task. Was I able to do it? And can I get back to working on the pages for The Kindness of Killers, the comic that I'm working on with Markus Comics, the first issue of which is out of drive-through and linked down below. Issue 2 coming soon. Well, as you may know, I'm going to Thought Bubble this year, and I need more stuff to sell. So, I figured instead of having the ash can version of Here Comes Dragon Punch, I should actually have the tankobon I was planning on released and ready to sell then. And so, right. And so basically, I right, because I stopped working on the tankobon at the beginning of this year because, well, basically I was kind of feeling down and no one seemed to care anyway, and so I started working on Stomping on Rats, and then I thought, no, I need a proper gig, so that's how I ended up working with Markus. But so like I had basically finished the first 3 issues, and I kind of left issue 4 hanging in the air. But I knew I had done some work on it, and so when I went back to it, it's like, oh, aha. So, right, the pages I had finished, I'd basically inked and flattered the first 10 pages of issue 4. And I was like, well, and I had also penciled the next 2. So basically, I had the first 12 pages of issue 4 sort of down, and I was like, okay, so like. But I also there's an additional 6 pages after that. So issue 4 is 18 pages long, and if I do all that, I'm gonna have an 80-page tankobon, which will be better than a 70-page tankobon. And so, but the problem with the problem being is like, so I could either have a straight up finished tankobon within the week if I just coloured the first 10 pages, which would be okay. Bit of an abrupt end, but it'd be okay. A better ending would be to finish the next 12 pages, which is like, okay, so, and so so I worked on the next 10 to 12 pages, got them done, and I was like, but a better ending if I was to finish all of the story and all of the 18 pages and stuff, especially seeing as in the second it's got one of my favorite jokes in there. I was like, so I was like, oh, what do I do? I get more fight sequences, and also if I do the whole 18, and it would tie up the two storylines that had been running through the tankobon, and also have a pretty good fight sequence. And so basically, I decided to do the full 18. So yeah, which meant that there was no feasible way I was going to draw and color 18 pages in a week. I'm not that quick, because especially seeing as like the couple so like say this page here, when I came to it, looked like this, and so did the last three pages. Essentially looked like thumbnails and stuff, which, you know, if we were coming at this a few years, like the beginning of the year, it would have been like an almighty task for me. But like, I've started trying something new with my line work process, just to speed it up, because fuck it, I'll get into that another time, maybe in a tutorial video that I'm thinking about making. Who knows? That's foreshadowing. So essentially, did I complete Here Comes the Dragon Punch for the tankobon? No, but I got a good chunk of it done. So in theory, I reckon I could probably get the majority of it finished by the end of this week. In fact, I'm pretty certain I'll get it all finished by the end of this week. Basically, the timeline for me getting this done and printed off and ready, so I don't have to worry too much about it being getting it up and sold and ready for Thought Bubble, which is in a straight up month from now, is I need to get it finished by the end of this week. Pretty much, no ifs, no buts, no candy or nuts. I need to get this run done by the end of this week. So whatever I have done at the end of this week, that's what's going to be sent off to the printers to be printed and to be ready for you guys to pick up at Thought Bubble. So whatever happens. But I think I'm going to be in a good enough spot where I can be like, have it done. So yeah, that's the plan for this week, to basically power drive through this and finish the first tankobon of Here Comes the Dragon Punch, ready for you guys to buy on at Thought Bubble. There's a couple pages in the first issue that I'm gonna have to also rejig, so like, but I may come to that later. But yeah, so essentially that's the plan for this week, is to basically finish this off, get it done. I mean, most, like, there's some pages like this where like it's just like, this is like 80% done, 80% done. This one's 90% done, so it just needs a couple tweaking and stuff, and then yeah, there's a couple fight sequences, and it's like let's see if I can find, like, not to spoil the book, but like, say this fight sequence was a bit oh, I've got to do that as well. So like, what have you done there for? So yeah, this was a bit was a bit more time consuming because of the angles and stuff. Like a directly down shot of the of an upward spin kick just took a bit more time than I would have appreciated, but hey, that's what I'm decided to do. So yeah, essentially that's the gist. It pretty much will be done by the end of the week, and then hopefully by the end of the week I'll have also started back on the Kindness of Killers, but I need something to sell at Thought Bubble, and this will be a pretty good thing to sell. Another thing I was working on last week was Red Sonja cover, and I got off to a good start with this, and then I kept forever changing my mind. When you see the speed paint, you'll see how many iterations of, like, I started off with, and I mean, I guess the problem here is with the fact that, like, not being a massive Red Sonja fan, I'm not really like but like also trying to learn new composing techniques, and like I knew what I wanted and I wasn't achieving it, and so like, you know, so yeah. So, but I'm liking the way it's coming out now. This hopefully will be finished by the end of this week as well, and I am probably going to start on a Warhammer print that I will also have available for Thought Bubble, because apparently I'm not allowed to sell them on Etsy, and they sell quite well when I'm at conventions, so that'll be the next thing to work on. So I have something to sell on. Yeah. I have been working on the thumbs for Chateau de Quam, the 5-page I'm doing with Max Baxter, which will be in a mini comic that I'm working on, which will be the thing I'll be working on next. But that should be, that, because I'm going to be making that myself at home, won't need any external printing, so I should be able to. I shouldn't have to rush that, because I've pretty much got most of the other bits of it finished. So that will be a thing to look forward to. I didn't launch the. I didn't really look into launching the Kickstarter, because essentially I don't want to have a failed Kickstarter. I don't have to worry about Kickstarters and stuff. I don't like doing them. But I am thinking about updating some other things, which I will be talking about probably next week when I've formulated it a bit better in my mind. So yeah. But yeah, that's that. So next week we will see whether I achieve the lofty goals of finishing the tankobon for Here Comes the Dragon Punch. Did I finish the Red Sonja cover? Did I crack on and continue with the Warhammer print? Who knows? Well, you will know when we'll find out together. So yeah, I will speak to you guys later. Have yourselves a tip-top day. Thank you. Hit like and subscribe, and above all else, you stay absolutely classy.